Hey guys, welcome back to MoneyMatters. Hey, what's up? How are you doing, man? We are back this 2022 and we are ready to go. It's a new year. We are geared to go. We are geared to achieve those financial dreams. And there's no stopping, guys. This is the journey. It's a financial freedom journey. And one of the most important things in this journey is consistency, consistency, consistency. If you already have a plan, if you have a path, if you have a map of where you're going to and a destination, I would call it a destination because, financial freedom is a destination. Then what you need right now is consistency. So it doesn't mean that every time the year changes, you have to change your plans. You have to try and, come up with new resolutions so that you can please your ego or please your friends or please people around you or do what people are doing. No, sometimes the year can just change, but you consistently need to continue doing what you have been doing for you to achieve those results, for you to see those returns. Otherwise, I'm back, and the first video we're going to be doing is on Diaspora. Don't worry about my background. It's so cold where I am right now, so I have to do this in my kitchen and not in my office as usual. So that's why you could see a few things on my background. But you know what? We concentrate on the money, guys. Yeah? So we are going to be talking about a step-by-step guide on how to open a CDS account and invest in bonds in Kenya. Now, I love bonds. And I do say this is one of the best investments one can get into for different reasons. Bonds are really good investments. Number one, they're secure and guaranteed. So you're sure that there's an amount of money you're going to be getting from your investment consistently and a guaranteed income. That's number one. Number two, for those who are risk averse, this is the best investment you can get into because as you start the journey of investing, you don't want to dip your feet into the stock market, for example. Like this week, the stock market has been crazy. So imagine if you're a new investor, then you get into the stock market right now when everything is basically red. I saw my profile drop by like 6% or something, So this is not the right time for someone who's risk averse, who is new to the investing world to get into the stock market. And therefore, the bond market offers that safe place to start investing because your principal amount is always safe. And then the next thing is that they give you flexibility. You can invest at any time. These things are auctioned every month. So you can invest at any time when you have the money. You have the flexibility to buy whichever bond you choose and different types of treasury bonds that are always offered. So there's that flexibility in investment. They're secure. Your principal amount is safe, like I've just mentioned. And of course, you can have very regular returns from bonds because they are paid every 6 months. So if you plan them well, I do say this can be a very good way of getting some passive income or a good way of making sure that your retirement is liquid. We talk about liquid retirement. You have to ensure that you have cash flow. Bonds are a good way of having cash flow if you organize them and structure them in a way that your money is always coming. So imagine you're getting bonds of like 14, 15% sometimes, and most of the time around 12 to 13% for now. They've gone all the way up to 16% before. But let's just imagine you're getting 13% or 14% on your money and you invest a good amount of money as a retirement portfolio. Then you keep on earning that money every single month. That's a good way of ensuring liquidity, even as your money remains safe and invested and making you more money. So bonds are really good investments. And I do encourage people to invest in bonds because this is one place that if you get into, you are sure to be there long term. It can also force you to look at life long term because sometimes it becomes difficult to look at life in a long term perspective. Today, we're just going to look at how do diasporans, Kenyans in diaspora mainly, invest in bonds back at home. How do you open that CDS account, which is required by the central bank? How do you make sure that you go through the process and have everything you need? That's it. We're going to have a very simple video with illustration on what do you do. I'm going to open the form. I'm going to tell you exactly what form you need to fill. And then from there on, you will exactly know that if you want to invest from the diaspora, you know what to do. The reason I'm doing this is because most people in the diaspora keep asking me, hey, I've seen you do videos on how to invest in bonds and stuff in Africa, in Kenya, everywhere else, but how do I do it if I'm in the diaspora? Now, I'm going to do a video just to make sure that I cover you and you don't feel left out. You need what we call a CDS account, right? So the CDS account is what you need to open. The moment you open that CDS account, then you are able to now invest in bonds. So like I've said, the process is quite simple usually. The moment you have the CDS account, you're set to go. You basically need to open the CDS account, which I'm going to show you how you can open from the diaspora. Then you decide on how you want to invest and when you want to invest. Wait for those treasury bonds to be on offer. You basically fill an application form and then it goes through the auction process. You wait for the results. When you get in, you're told what to pay by when, and then when you make the payment, you are invested. It's a very easy process. So the main part of this process that people do not understand as well is about the CDS account by the central bank. This is basically an account that will be used to track the bonds that you hold. It's just another bank account, but this is mainly for bonds, and you open it with the Central Bank of Kenya. It's basically to hold your bonds. It's the same way that when you invest in stocks, you also need a CDSC account, which is a little bit different from this one for bonds. But what I'm saying is, it's an account that will hold your bonds. That's how the government will track the kind of bonds that you have. So how do you open this from the diaspora? And like I've said, it's the only process in here. It's the only stage in this process that gives people a bit of challenge. That's why I want to tackle it. The rest is just basically deciding when you want to invest and what you want to invest in, applying for it by filling the form. The application forms are always online when they're on offer, and then you submit it, wait for auction results, and then you're invested. The main thing is you need to have a CDS account. So how do you open a CDS account? We're going to look at the form. Let's go to my laptop. Let me show you exactly where you find it, how you fill it, the details you have to put in there, the documents you require, and of course, how to be done with the whole process and start investing as soon as possible if you are in the diaspora. So, of course, when you come to this CBK, always come to the CBK site. This is the official Central Bank of Kenya site. Always come to this site. Very simple, very direct. It's very clear. You can see here, centralbank.go.ke. Make sure you are in the right site and not some funny site. You will always see the auction results for the past ones are always just on the home page. You can see all the other links that you may want to delve into and see what's happening. But the main thing, before you go there, you can always go to, if you want to know more about bonds or treasury bills, you go into invest, go to securities, and then go to treasury bills or treasury bonds. So at this time, we're going to treasury bonds, right? And then you open treasury bonds, it will be telling you everything you need to know about treasury bonds. Very simple, guys, very simple. It's 2022, get going, easy. You see? So we have everything here. It tells you secure, regular, flexibility, auction monthly. The same advantages that I've told you over and over again, even in my other videos. And then you come down to, the process of opening a CDS account, how do you open, what are the requirements for individuals here. You go through the whole process. Requirements for individuals are all listed one by one. It's a very simple and direct process. It has every single thing that you may require, honestly. And then for entities, if you have like a corporate entity and you want to open a CDS account, some people have companies in the diaspora, you want to open a corporate entity, use that as an investment channel if you want to. Decide, and then the second step, as like I said, is deciding how you want to invest. You need to look at what bonds are on offer. You need to complete and submit an application form, get the auction results, do your payment, and then you wait for your maturity proceeds. As simple as that. But right now we are focusing on people in the diaspora. And I do say people in the diaspora, but actually there are people in the diaspora who would want to invest like Kenyans. So if you just want to invest like a Kenyan or someone in Kenya and you don't want the government to even know you're in the diaspora, because I know that's normal, some people don't want to say they're in the diaspora or deal like they're in the diaspora. They want to deal like they're in Kenya. So yeah, you just follow the same procedure here as listed here. It's the same procedure. So that would mean you have to be there for you to, to open an account. But anyway, that's it. That's the procedure, the normal procedure. So let's go to the form that will then allow you go to home, you go down here to different links. Like I told you, then you see here, invest, Kenyans abroad. And here you will find all the forms you might require. Here you just click on the Kenyans abroad and this form comes up. Kenyans abroad. It's a PDF form. It will tell you everything you need, a step-by-step guide on how to open a CDS account. So as you can see, the first form, this for opening individual accounts, CDS accounts. The first form is right here. The requirements are right here. So we're going to look at this form. Let's open this in a new tab. And let's see this other form. So this is the form you need to fill. It's called a mandate card. This is the form you need to fill first. But before we get there, let's go back to the main form and to the main, not really form really. Let's go back to the main step-by-step process and look at different things. So it says you should click on this link for you to get the first form that you're going to fill. That's the link we've just opened, right? The requirements, you have to complete the form from number 1 to number 14 in block letters. Let's go to the form. From 1 to 14 in block letters. Very direct, right? And everything well explained. So the next step, number 2, the way you write your names, that's very direct. I don't need to get into that. Alterations and errors are not accepted. So you can have more than one form and you can fill them if you make any errors. Under the bank, indicate your local bank in Kenya. Now, that's something I need to mention, that you must have a local commercial bank in Kenya, because that's how you will receive your payment, and that's how the government is able to also track you and probably get some tax, right? If you're investing in bonds that require tax or that pays tax. So here, of course, you must have a local bank account. The bank account will have their place in this mandate card to sign. So the bank account will have a place for them. The bank for remittances here at number 13, you have to write all these things. And you see commercial bank stamp. So the commercial bank must stamp and authorize that, yes, you are a legitimate customer of theirs, and therefore you can invest in Kenya. And of course, we have attaching a clear copy, attach a colored passport size photograph, and we've seen where you can attach that right here, passport size photograph, right? And then attach a copy of your KRA PIN. Of course, if you are Kenyan, you will have a KRA PIN. And this is something that in the West, you always require some kind of tax PIN, some kind of tax identification. So you need to attach that for the government to know how to tax you. And like I said, there are different types of bonds. Some are not taxable, and that you can check from my other videos. So attach a complete email indemnity form. Basically, this email indemnity form can be downloaded here. It's basically just putting your contacts down, really. There's nothing to it. Then you will then scan the completed documents to this email, ndo@centralbank.go.ke. Very straightforward. You will then forward the original documents to your commercial bank in Kenya, which you have indicated in number 4 with signed letter. So forward the original documents to your commercial bank in Kenya, which you have indicated in number 4 with the signed letter from yourself. Number 4 here, under Bank of Remittances, indicate your local bank account. Yeah, right. So it's number 4 here on this particular list of requirements. Then kindly request your commercial bank to certify the copy of your ID. They should stamp the reverse side. They should certify the copy of your ID, stamp the reverse side of your photograph, certify your passport size photograph, to sign and stamp the card on the space provided for the bank, number 17. Then, if this is completed, please advise your bank to forward, okay, to the Central Bank of Kenya through their authorized personnel held in our records. So yeah, as you can see, this is a very straightforward process, guys. Very straightforward. The commercial bank under number 10 above must be licensed by the Central Bank of Kenya. Of course, you must belong to a bank that is licensed. On receipt of all requirements, the CDS account application will be processed within 7 working days. So in 7 days, you will have your CDS account. Once you receive an email notification informing you of your CDS account, now you will know that you're good to go. Of course, to change any details, you will have to, complete the form again. Anyway, the next step is basically for corporate CDS accounts. Again, you can have all the details you need right here, the processes and what you need to do. So this is the process, and this is the mandate card that you need to fill. Very direct. The forms are here, the links are here, everything is right here. What I'm saying is get going for 2022. Invest in bonds. There are really amazing bonds right now as we speak. Even if we were just look at the latest ones on offer, which we can right now. Let's do that. Let's just 1 minute. Let's look at that. The latest, these ones are the ones, the treasury bonds. So these are the auction results for the past ones. Let's see if there are any treasury bonds on offer. This is the open 5-year, 20-year, and 25-year fixed coupon bonds. This was January this year. Let's see the date. The coupon rate was up to 11%, 12%, 13.4% for the 25-year one. That's amazing, man. That's amazing. The auction date and the results was 5th. So I do believe this is gone already, as you can see from the date. So the period of sale, yes, here, 20th December to 4th of January. So this is done already. The value date was on 10th. So this is done. So we'll be waiting for the next one, I would believe. So if you're going to invest, wait for the next offer. Like I said, monthly, you always have this opportunity. Anyways, guys, I hope that is helpful. I hope you got something out of it and you can start investing in bonds as soon as possible. Clear process, everything straightforward. If you have any questions, comment below. Let me know your process. Let me know if you're doing it. Let me know if this is helpful. And of course, share this video, like it, and let's push this message out there. Guys, thank you and see you next time.